President Biden reaches a milestone this week, his 100th day in office, and an NBC News poll gives him a popularity rating of 53%. For some perspective on that, NBC Bay Area political analyst Larry Gerston joins us again. And Larry, thanks for being here. What do we know about the public's evaluation of the president compared with his predecessor, Donald Trump?
Yeah, it's higher. It's higher than President Trump. Of course, President Trump had the lowest public approval rating in memory from the day he started until the day he left. But Biden's is about 10% higher, give or take. And when you look at how good and even the fair and whatnot, you look at the bottom, poor start 34 for Biden, 45% for Trump. So that says it all along with the top line. And it tells us that the public really senses a different kind of person in the White House, at least for now.
But Mr. Biden is behind where Barack Obama was and behind where George W. Bush was. What are little things that have happened along the way here that gave him a bump or two?
Yeah, he is behind them. That's absolutely correct. But nonetheless, he has shown certainly more popularity than President Trump. Now, look what stands out. A couple of things. So in terms of successes, the way he pushed through COVID-19, that bill with nothing to spare, the margins being in the Senate and the House as they are, $1.9 trillion in aid. That's been a real winner for him. I think the other thing we want to note about Biden early on is the way he has re-engaged this country with the international arena, joining the World Health Organization once again, the Paris Climate Accord, resuming work with that. These are signs that the United States is no longer pursuing the isolationist track that was under President Trump. You look at his problems, hey, children at the border, dealing with all of these unescorted children, finding a place for them. This has caught the Biden administration by surprise. It shouldn't have, but it did because they changed the rules. So that is something that sticks out. And as far as the challenge goes, well, it's the American Jobs Program. That plan that he's got going forward, $2 trillion. And the question is, can he find a way to push it through given those slight majorities?
Well, the president and his supporters say that they have polls showing more than 70% of Americans support his American Jobs Infrastructure Plan. Is that correct? And do they know all that's in that infrastructure plan?
Yeah, you know, Terry, it's only partially correct. The president does have more than 70% approval. When you're talking about what we call traditional or conventional infrastructure, roads, bridges, airports, things like that, yeah. But if you look at overall, no, it's much less. 56% view the plan overall. Now, remember, that also includes elder care, child care, environmental things. And that's why the percentage goes down. 56 to 34, it's not exactly 70%. And so for that reason, the president's got a lot of work to do. Remember, Republicans have 50 members of that Senate. Only Kamala Harris can break that tie, and that means you have to hold every single Democrat. And Joe Manchin has already indicated that he's not happy with the president's plan. That $2 trillion plan, he says, is too much. An awful lot of compromise has to go together with the Republicans over the next few weeks if that plan is going to go through.
The Republicans have come up with something in the neighborhood of $900 billion as their infrastructure plan, as maybe a starting point for some kind of negotiation. Boy, that's a long way away from what the president's talking about. Is there going to be that much cooperation, do you think?
Yeah, it's actually closer to $600 billion versus $2.3 trillion. You better believe it. That is a chasm that's hard to bridge, but they'll find something. Infrastructure is always very popular, always bipartisan in this country. The president is not going to be able to keep all the bells and whistles he wants. The Republicans are going to have to grimace a little bit and raise the ante, and I think they'll probably find some room to come out with something around 1-1, maybe 1-2, and then the president will come back with the other stuff at another point in time.
And pretty soon we'll be talking about some real money, right? An old joke. All right.
Yeah.
Larry, thanks very much.